is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the YouTuber Quirkyloverosee, and there are a few reasons why. We're going to build towards them over a period of time, because I hadn't really heard of this person up until November of last year, because I saw the tweet from Perfectly Imperfect saying, "Damn, 127,000 views, hashtag Foodie Beauty who, hand over that crown." At this point, Foodie believed herself to be the boss, the queen of, well, world. Okay. Now Quirky had replied to this by saying, "I find it hilarious people think I paid for views. With what money? It's from a vertical format. It's more foot traffic. Anyways, I'm good and happy not being part of world anymore." An accusation levied was that she was buying viewership, basically. I don't believe that's the case. There is something about vertical format live streams that does incredibly well on YouTube, and when I went to look at her channel, she still gets really good views from a vertical format live stream. Not long after this, I went and found their channel, decided to, for a laugh, subscribe and just see what they're about. And I received a gift membership to this channel. I have no idea what the perks are, but it expired on Boxing Day, so it means nothing to me. But easy money for you, right, Quirks? Now, when I released my first end-of-year review last year on Amberlynn, there was a comment from Camnia. "Oh Megan, she begged you after seeing the gifted membership not to make a video about her. Oops. She's a hugely problematic grifter whose parents are trying to help her become the next Amberlynn." Now I still, at this point, did not know anything about her. I really didn't. Yet I had been requested a couple times to take a little look, and my lovely mod Leona very kindly went and pulled up the part where I was gifted a membership by someone called Secret Squirrel, and the stream where, of course, I am mentioned at 1:21 and 29 seconds.
Tamagotchi, and I say, Angela! Angela got one! Rain, Killface, Peachy, Sammy Plays, Distracted Daily, What Is This, Grumpy Gremlin, Always Tired, Shannon, Tracy, PG, and we got the FBI Secret Squirrel on a mission. Is that who I think it is? That's why I paused. I don't know who that name looks familiar for some reason. Wait, there's a check mark. I don't know who that is. Oh. Man. Guys, I'm just chill in my kitchen. Leave me alone. I am not the girl world subject you want me to be, I swear to Christ.
Now, although I can't show this part, Cam, Nyan and my mod, Leona, had a discussion about this privately, where Cam says that Quirky is a horrible human being, and that they, on their channel, link below, have debunked many of her claims and stories. Additional claims from Cam include that she had I don't know if it's you, I probably should check the channel first, reached out to people in the feeder community that she was blackballed from, and that the only feeder video she ever produced is on Cam's channel, courtesy of the producer Ivy Davenport. I am citing a DM that I can't show, just to be clear, so I'm going to continue citing it. No proof. Cam also states within this that Quirky is now outspokenly not on a weight loss journey and is actively trying to get on disability. She has no formal diagnosis for any of her mental illness claims, and her former friend urged her to seek therapy. That friend, upon realising all of this was a lie, ended their friendship shortly after. It is alleged that Quirky has been monetising her grift for over a decade, attempting to monetise her size as early as 20. How old is Quirky now? I'm curious. You know what? This is fascinating information, and goes into the pot, really, doesn't it? Now, something I've noticed when it comes to Quirky is that there is a very polarising perspective on her, not least because she's been here a long time. She was canon fodder before Amberlynn. I noticed on a video on Barbecue Chicken's channel, titled Rosie's Thoughts on Foodie Duty Highlights, many were very supportive of Rosie. Of course, that video is from July 2023. Perspectives do in fact change over time, but as we will see when we get to other detractors, the perspective is not universal, and some of the criticism is justified. Now we're going to skip ahead to this year. This year, this okayness, mostly towards Quirky, shifts. Not at first, but gradually over time. For this, we go to what I thought I put in a video, but can't find it anywhere. DMs, messages, comments, starting with an Instagram comment on Emily, aka Tommy, aka Wiper Part 3, formerly partner, maybe still, who knows at this point, of Amberlynn Reed. I'm going to go through those, the DMs with Amber as well, and the tweets that Quirky puts out in association with those images. I commented this on Emily's Instagram publicly about the fake cat screenshot because I stand behind it. Amberlynn Reed was in my DMs within 20 minutes, a thread. The cat thing is the allegation that Amber had sat on Rarity, and that's why Rarity is no longer with us. Instead of being missing, the cat is 6 feet under in Kitty Heaven, where they belong, safely away from Amberlynn's wrath. Quirky's comment reads, "This is honestly really gross to do to Rarity. Some people really need to touch grass. You've broken up with Amber. At that point, World needs to leave you alone. When I see GW, I keep in Games Workshop. It's really difficult for me to say when I think that instead. Literally, what else can you do? You did the thing they claimed they wanted. This is just so wrong and mentally deranged. Okay? Last part there, looking for GW Clout. We'll keep hold of that for the time. Next tweet. She is fuming that I followed an account, fuming that I followed an account I knew would be private. And I was right. Tommy went private about an hour before these messages. Commenting on Tommy's Instagram, sticking up for her, isn't going to make her slide into your DMs. Weren't you the one warning me about Tommy? Girl, bye. Now, at this point, the issue was, Amber believed that the larger ladies should be tribal and unite, forgetting here that Quirky wasn't commenting on your relationship breakup, and that Tommy or Emily's posts were about answering questions concerning you, which she was very respectful in that respect. Reply, yo, I promise you even. I don't want your girlfriend. I think the Rarity message is nasty. Priorities here. Amber's response, we aren't together anymore. It is, people are psychotic. Reply, you're right. Your ex. Correct. Amber, the fact you're more upset about this than the fact that the Rarity messages happened is wild. Why are you DMing me? Reply, girl, two things can happen at once. True, but you are absolutely hyper-focused on the wrong thing. Reply, I'd tell Emily to her face I don't agree with her, but not in her DMs. So it's up to her if she's in mine. Reply, she's not even in your DMs, you literally followed her, like what? Yes, because most people followed Emily for the curiosity's sake. Also, they really do want information on you, because you are very much a pinata. Reply from Quirky, yeah, cause I knew she would private and she did. Your jealousy is wild. I don't want your ex, dude. Do you know how stupid I'd look? I'm anti-feederism. I don't want Emily. This convo is weird. Reply, what's the point in following her? Reply, even though it's already been answered, to see her posts post-breakup. Following doesn't equal flirting. I'm 33 and act like it. Now, Amber really is hyper-focused on the wrong thing here. She carries on by replying, you heard that she might slip in your DMs by a troll, and then you go and follow her, and on top of that comment on her page, like that's sus. Quirky replies, since when do you trust trolls? Girl, you've been at this for 11 years. You think you'd stop falling for their BS? Been at this. Reply, I don't trust trolls, that's the point. I'm saying you fell for their BS. And followed Tommy and hoped she'd slide into your DMs. The insecurity in Amberlynn Reed here is astonishing. I don't personally believe that Quirky was trying to get into Tommy's DMs in the slightest, but I could be proven wrong later on. Reply from Quirky, I cannot express how stupid I would look if I ever even entertained Emily. Included is a podcast titled Groomed into Feederism. Continuing, this is me, I don't mess with feeders, I have no reason to entertain her, and I already frankly don't like that people connect me to you. So have fun being angry over nothing, dude, I'm over this convo. Amber replies, girl, you did entertain her by following her and commenting the day after we broke up. It's giving desperate. Have a good day. Bye. Not done though. Apparently following someone and leaving a comment means I'm desperate and want a feeder. Tommy and I never DM. Amber continues. Well, after Quirky, that is. Actually, as you notice here, well, Hectic Tommy liked a post on Quirky. Look at the timestamp. I was sent this 2 minutes ago. Take that up with Emily. Amber's reply, why do I give a about what she liked a video almost 3 years ago? Lamal. 1.5, but I'm sure math isn't your strength. You're the one getting bitchy in my DMs about a comment like a teenage Amber. Other SSBBWs, I don't know what that means, are in her comments right now. I don't see you messaging them. Reply, yes, let's belittle each other. And this is why I know Amber thinks that all larger-than-life ladies, so I assume SS is supersized, they are there believing, she is, believing that all you SSBBWs must unite as one blob. Think like Blobulon, the one from Enter the Gungeon? Yeah, that. You must be a collective. Okay, tragic. But Amber does like the gaslight, so obviously the reply is, alright, gaslight Lynn. Reply, girl, there's no gaslighting happening right now. Amber doesn't really understand what gaslighting is. She'll read the definition and use it unknowingly as well, I might add. She's just not smart enough to be able to employ it properly. I just think it's odd that you are anti-Tommy, Emily, so hard that you sent me novels and then a day after we break up you try to get her attention. It's weird behaviour and I wanted to call it out. Well, that's what you do in DMs, of course. Now, I do not agree with sharing DMs. I'm going to be clear on this. Unless you have the permission of the other person, don't do it. It's why I haven't shown Camnyan's DM with the owner. Because I needed the information, but I can't show it. I don't have the permission. It's as simple as that. The final tweet in this thread reads, I don't have F all to hide because my intent was to be nosy like the rest of the people that follow reaction content. I just don't hide behind troll accounts. Stay mad, do. Now, at this point of these tweets going out, the support was very much on the side of Quirky, 100%. But things did change over time. That was on the 29th. I had seen tweets from Charlie Gold, vehemently against Quirky, and others in fact calling Quirky out for milking this as a grift, because there were many live streams hosted on Quirky's channel taking full advantage, whilst also simultaneously claiming to want to be done with it. But, and I will admit, if an opportunity presented itself to make as much as you could, or to get as much attention to grow your brand as possible, you should take it. And we all know it won't last long because we know the level of pull Amber now has. It's minimal. The law of diminishing return is at its highest now, because Amber's pull is so much lower. So if you make content on her, you are getting short-term, not long-term. I'd say it's a shame, but if anything, that's the nature of the landscape created by the likes of Amber. Quirky will undoubtedly fall prey to this as well, given enough time. Because of the accusations of feederism, a day later, Quirky had tweeted, I just want to say, I have a past in feederism, when I was a worst version of myself even. I appreciate the people that give me the chance to show them who I currently am. This thing blowing up has had people bringing up things I've done in the past, and I've been separated from for years. I'm just kicking with people in chats, spelt really badly, because this is funny. Sorry, funny. Her behaviour was unhinged, and it landed on my internet doorstep. I appreciate the people supporting me, but I have very openly atoned and apologised for my past in every way, unlike some people. Some of you might remember that I have a dedicated, creepy stalker of a reactor, who sent booze to my house, who makes things up about me, so if you have questions about anything from my past and want to have a respectful conversation, I'm down. I'm already seeing lies about me, which is to be expected from If I'm not your cup of tea, that's totally fine. I'm a fat, neurodivergent person on the internet, and some people just like to make fun of that. But I don't mean any harm, and nowadays I just cook and vibe on my stream, take care. Now this thread, compared to the original tweets, don't have the level of traction anymore. People aren't as interested in what she has to say. That's not a dig, it's just what it is. Now I'd already alluded to the fact things have started to shift a bit. Some people have started getting blocked by Quirky because of accusations they've levelled at Quirky. For example, Quirky had recently said, can I also add, if I'm such a clout chaser, why are you talking about me on your largest platform? Are you stupid or are you dumb? Hashtag Amberlynn Reed. Might notice there that the likes, retweets and comments are turned off. Well, they're not turned off per se. It turns out that Persephone Peach got blocked. They had tweeted out that image by saying, you are absolutely a clout chaser. You tried the same stuff with Chantel, and when you didn't get only positive feedback, you backtracked. Let's be real, you love to be inserted into world. You love when people give you attention and ass pats. The main accusation that came from all of this was that Quirky likes to trauma dump, going into other people's chats to try and panel up to discuss people within world. I'm not against people wanting to do more for themselves to expand or branch out. The problem really is trauma dumping in chats, if that's true, which is possible. I listened to a couple of your live streams. There is definitely a lot of trauma dumping onto the audience. You say chilling and vibing, that's totally fine. But when you overshare that amount, it's like you want to be kept on a thread, you know, on a forum somewhere. I can't imagine where though. Who'd have thunk it? Sometimes you have to learn when not to share. We all go through struggles, we all have pains. No one is different, truly. Everyone likes to think they're unique. But this is where we now get to go back to Quirky's channel, don't we? Because a lot of these are just generic titles with the like Google Hangout profile picture, blah blah backdrop bit. But it's all vertical, it's all very cheerful, right? Better than the original colours, it was just black. The thing here is, Quirky gets considerable views. They had briefly dropped for a time, like 2 streams. I'm not even joking. But, generally, Quirky's doing very well as a creator. For the size of the channel, you've got retention on your side. And using Amber for any amount of time is going to be interpreted as one of 2 things. Either you're trying to milk it, which I understand, or you're inserting yourself into drama to make it so that you can create more for yourself. Now, where I said that line in the sand was, and Rosie had become quite polarising, we can go to tweets from Future Becky, in fact, who had said in a few tweets, we're going to go through 3 of them. Rosie, after finding out she's up £47, quote, "I'm still down £53 from when I started. It's not the worst case scenario. I'm not back at £500. Just means I caught it in time before it's even worse. It's giving, I'm proud of myself for not gaining more. Okay, Rosie, then read." Now, it was alleged by Rosie that Cam Nyan is the person that sent the alcohol to Rosie's address. I don't know if there's any truth to that, so I'm going to just let that sit to the side for the time being. On the 11th, tweeted out, "I'm so glad Rosie stopped doing feeder content because I can't imagine anything worse than this." Included a 16-second clip. And finally, this is the same Rosie who inserted herself into Amber's drama, made every private interaction she had with Amber public immediately, and then ran around begging reaction channels for the chance to trauma dump about feederism on their platform. Girl, you are a cow too. Clip included.
I don't want Amber clout. I don't want all that attention on me from all them reaction channels. I really don't. And people might think that that's a lie. It's not. It's true. I really fucking don't.
And there's a point with that. When you look at when the tweets were first put out to when the DMs occurred, the turnaround is quite quick. As far as I'm concerned, if Amber had ever reached out to me in DMs, which she's never done, if she ever had, those DMs would stay private, because they are exactly that. If it was a public tweet, of course, then it's free, well, press for everyone. It's free stuff, right? It's real estate, yeah? Everyone go nuts, have your fun. It's why I like to poke fun at the parody Amberlynn Reid Twitter account, because I've known that person for about 8 years. In fact, I would have never covered Amberlynn Reid had they not reached out to me to do that. They begged me as a Patreon I used to do where I did topics that were recommended, hence the first content constable. In the replies to this final tweet, Valgal said she is such a desperate, pathetic pick-me, and I'm glad that for the most part this community sees her for exactly what she is. Reply, she has negative feedback removed from her field of view immediately, so she has no idea people don't believe she says she's any better even than Amberlynn. Persephone had said she did the same thing with Chantel. What is, I don't know, NIF? I don't know what that means. Okay. One last comment I want to go to is, I've personally seen her in Geordie's chat raising a hand while he was covering her, asking to be put on panel, please be effing for real. Now, I don't mind people doing panels, it's your show, but asking to go on to talk about topics, nah. I don't like doing streams. If I ever cover these people and you're in my chat, Rosie, don't bother. I don't collaborate. I'm also not interested in collaborating. I like doing my own thing and boomering my way through the internet. The fact that the window has shifted because of those DMs is interesting, because it does obviously, when you see them, because they're now public, they're again free real estate, but it does raise questions about the integrity of the person who posted them in the first place and what they did afterwards, whilst trying to seem like they remained aloof, indifferent, or removed. Because you're involved, you're the centre of it. The attention hasn't maintained, it isn't sustained. It just comes across as disingenuous. So whereas earlier you'd requested I don't cover you, I hope this didn't hurt too much, because I don't intend to be harsh to anyone. I just want to highlight that the perspective is not as much on your side as it once was, and where it is on your side, the negativity is being hidden from you. Proving certain aspects, like the accusation of sending alcohol to, is important. Don't know if you have done that before, because I've never seen it. Again, I only heard of you in passing. Now, as we've reached the end, I'd love to know what you all think. Do let me know in the comments down below. I shall be on Twitch later, playing more Euro Truck as a Valentine's Day event, and I intend to continue to smash it. If I don't see you there, have a wonderful. Thank you all very much for listening.